I, Paper, a member of the MidNight Crisis podcast, would like to formally apologize to the creators of For Honor for slandering it. Recently, I have reconnected with the game with my two greatest friends that I talked about last episode. And it's safe to say that we had a fucking blast. Lawbringer is not as bad as I thought he was. Warlord is very fun to play. And Shigoki, well, let's just say that his headbutts are very funny. Those are the characters that I'd play all the time. Safe to say that I would consider them my mains. I'm very happy that they have been, untouched by or mainly unchanged by everything that's happened through the years ever since the CCU. And I will be playing it from here on out until we get bored of it again, which I don't know will be anytime soon.
Hello everyone, and welcome to MidNight Crisis. I'm Monkey.
And I'm Paper.
And I like stealing the thunder. Hello.
Now, hello!
When you talked about getting bored of it, that reminds me of something. When the Almond Gus train started.
Oh, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But okay. Among Us?
Yeah.
Among Us. Almond Gus. Okay, cool. When the Almond Gus train started, I said to my sister, you and your friends, and everybody you watch, is gonna get tired of this less than, 3 months. Now, was I right? No, it was actually longer than 3 months, which is scary.
Yeah, it's pretty scary.
And she said to me, no, we will never get bored of it.
Are they bored of it?
Yes. Everybody is.
Yeah.
But that's always, for some reason, people always deny that they're gonna get to a point where they don't like doing the thing they currently like doing.
Well, yeah.
Remember Fall Guys?
No.
Okay, cool. My sister played Fall Guys, and I said, Madison, everybody's gonna get bored of that. Guess what everybody did? And she said no. And everybody got bored. Maybe my sister's just bad at seeing patterns, but still.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, I don't think I've ever had fun with something forever. For example, I've fallen out with Minecraft for a little while with my friends.
Everybody did. Oh, actually, I did.
Well, yeah, I didn't fall out during the time when it was cool to fall out of Minecraft. I fell out, about a couple months ago, but then I came back in because my friends started wanting to play it more. The reason I fell out of it is because my friend fell out of it. So I came back to it because he wanted to come back to it.
What's funny is when the Minecraft did its real drop, I was still playing it. And my friend's like, hey, why are you still playing Minecraft? Or it's like, hey, when do you want to play Minecraft? He's like, no, I don't want. I'm just tired. And Minecraft is not that entertaining, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then when it came back, he's like, what? I never said anything about Minecraft being bad.
I never said anything negative about the funny block place and mine game.
And I'm not saying I'm any different. I probably do something I don't realize it.
Yeah.
Right? I probably do stuff like that. But even though you see these people and you're like, I don't want to act that way. I don't want to, think.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it's the idea of, I don't know how to describe it. Maybe it's the idea of, kind of a selfishness or self-imposingness.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're like, oh, look how important I am. Look at
I'm
me.
about protagonist
I
syndrome.
definitely know that.
Main character syndrome.
I definitely know about what I will want in a few years. And it's so interesting how little we know what we want after when we're not in our here and now.
Mm.
I will want this a few months.
Mm.
And you just don't.
You just don't.
Which kind of shows my point of how. Remember, I talked to you about this before. How we were basically different people, just a few days after every single moment.
Yeah, you should probably briefly explain that to the people, audio listeners, especially.
So, it might be kind of a trip, though.
Might be a little bit of a trip.
Okay.
Okay, I'll let you do your thing. And I'll do my best to dumb it down because I'm good at that.
Okay. So the idea here is that think about when you were 3 years old. Unless you are 3 years old. I think
that would be fairly unlikely.
That would be very unlikely. But if you are 3 years old, hi, how you doing? Thank you for watching this and not Roblox. Number 552, Darth Vader comes again.
Personally, I think you would like Cocomelon better. Go check that place out, buddy.
No, we don't want to. We don't want to get more youths indoctrinated by the melon. By the chocolate melon.
Anywho's,
So
continue,
imagine
please.
when you're like 3 years old, 2 years, whatever. Are you the same person than you are now? Do you act the same at all? Do you have the same thought process about anything? No, you know a lot more, and you act completely differently. For a multitude of reasons. Okay, so if you're a completely different person, what makes that other person still you? Why do you, if you consider you, your thoughts and your personality, and not the physical body, even if you do consider yourself by, this is my body, this is me, your cells replace themselves in 5 years, so that kind of, you're never living the same body again and again. That disproves that point. But if you think about yourself in the sense of, this is my mind, I'm living this life is mine, then how is the other person, you, if this mind and this thought process and this way of approaching problems is the definition of you? If this current one is you, quote unquote, then why is the other one you?
Basically, you are not who you were years ago, because I will say basically again, the old you died. You are not the old you, because you've changed, your needs and wants have changed, your goals have most likely changed. I want to be a construction worker when I'm younger, but I dread the thought of working now. So
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I never thought about that.
Yeah, I don't know. I really liked making stuff. Lego was my god.
A construction worker, you want to be a designer then.
Yeah, I was a designer, but I'm crap at that, so yeah. So yeah, basically,
So, yeah,
the
that's
old
actually-
you died.
I forgot to
new you
mention that, but
places you.
I can't sometimes forget the dramatic words.
Yeah, the dramatic. You
Like
wanna,
the die. Yeah, but basically your old you kind of died, right?
Yep.
So, but okay, so if we think about it that way, but then what changes this you from the you 3 months ago when you still played Among Us and watched those Among Us YouTubers? What distinguishes you from a week ago?
Yeah. That's
Right.
basically it. Yeah.
Yeah, what distinguishes you from a mere second away from yourself? Are you thinking, hey, wait, maybe a week ago, but a second, I still have the same thought process and stuff in a second, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if the definition of you is the current thought process and every neuron in your brain and every idea you have at this one moment in time, if that's the definition of you, then whenever you live more, you gain new information. Just by living, you see more things. Just by living, you experience more stuff, and your thought process changes. If you trip and you stub your toe, you're going to be less likely to stub your toe immediately after, right?
Mm.
In some way, that's your brain changing. The definition of you changed because your thought process
That's
changed.
a bad example, personally.
I guess so.
I've stubbed my toe multiple. I've done it 3
Have you
times in a row
stubbed your
when I was
toe
younger.
and then have you stubbed your toe and then been very careful where you stepped
Yes.
afterwards? That's what I mean.
Okay. But I still failed.
Oh, okay, but you try to not.
Man, I hated that house.
But you try to not hit anything more, right? You watch your feet. You make sure you don't step on anything.
Mhm.
That's an example. Maybe a poor example, but you get the idea. You get new inputs, and that changes how you act. And if you are your thoughts and your feelings and your thought process of approaching problems, then that you is completely different.
I wonder. Hold on. So, are you basically saying? Correct me if I'm wrong. Are you basically saying the old us is like a test dummy?
Depending on wait, where are you getting at this? I don't.
The old us is a test dummy. Then we learn from the test dummy to not become the test dummy.
No, I'd say that's like a. I guess that'd be the equivalent of like your parents and your perspective, or your siblings, or anybody in the tribe, right?
Mm.
If they did something, they saw a bear,
Uh-huh.
then you don't want to go where the bear was. He tells you
Yeah.
a story about the bear. And you don't
Yeah,
want to
the
go there.
bear.
Not saying he's a test dummy.
Yeah.
Your old self is a test dummy.
Mm.
What I'm saying is that the old you, even to a second ago, is practically dead because you're. Actually, when you can even go off that more. Every single instance of time, you're experiencing new things. Your thought process is changing.
Mm. Yeah.
Your neurons are changing positions. The definition of your body, the definition of your thoughts are always changing. So the only time you're ever yourself is at one mere instance of time Or if you don't like going that microscopic, 1 second, you could say. But it's
Mm.
really like one finite instance of time, like a Planck time.
Yeah.
Even though you don't always like recognize Planck time.
Mm.
So basically, I summed it up like this once. The idea, if you only ever live, if you're only ever yourself for 1 second, you never actually experience anything. Because the only thing you can experience is your memory and recalling of it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's good.
If you're listening to a song, you're only listening to the one sound made at that one moment.
Mm.
Not the previous sound, not the previous one. And you knowing and you experiencing that song is a collection of all those sounds together.
So, huh.
You, as a person, never listen to a song. You only remember the song.
Huh.
Basically,
This sounds like this reminds me of the meme. There's no such thing as a coincidence.
But here, this is one metaphor I used before when I was talking to Paper. And you said it was pretty good, so I'm proud of that. But it was, imagine there's this room and there's a book in the middle of the room, and nobody's in the room. And the door opens. One person's allowed to go in. Then the door shuts. Only one person's in the room. This is the you right now. You walk over to the book. You write one letter, and then you move. And then you leave the room to on the different side. And then another you comes in and writes another letter. And over and every time a new you comes in, they read the book to see what happened last time and writes their letter.
Mm-hmm.
And moves on. So your experience isn't what you remember about doing anything. It's just looking at the book and seeing what all the other yous wrote down.
Mm-hmm.
And over time, pages get torn and you only remember parts.
Yeah. So some of you's handwriting was bad.
But like, experience by itself is the memory of existence, not existence itself.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
We're doing this like the opposite way this time, huh? Going midlife crisis instantly.
Thank you everyone for watching. You aren't yourself.
No. No, but basically you are not yourself.
You never remember yourself. You never experience anything as yourself.
Yep.
Yep.
You're always a different person.
That'd be kind of like if you want to take an existential view of it, that'd be
Whoa. Well then, now that we've gotten the crisis bit out of the way,
there may be more.
There may be more. Well,
there may be
many
many
more. We're only 12 minutes in. 12 minutes, 50 seconds. I timed that right.
What are you gonna do else? You're gonna say something else.
Well, I mean, yeah. Yes, I am. Astutely observed, monkey. With those eyes of yours that can see. Because mine cannot.
They can't?
I wear glasses. If I take these off, I cannot make out your facial features.
But the eyes can see.
Well...
Because of the glasses.
Because of the glasses. But I would be stoned in, like, any form of, like, old society before lenses or glasses were invented.
No, you would just... Depends on how bad your vision is. You just wouldn't tell.
I cannot see your facial features from here, and I'm sitting, like, 2 feet away from you.
Okay. You'd barely survive.
Yep. I'd be dead. On the spot. Like, not even a challenge.
Okay, if you're put in a bad situation, you die. But as a member of society, you wouldn't know what bad eyesight is, really. Like, you would
think that everybody sees this way.
Yeah, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
And you're gonna operate correctly.
Yeah. Hopefully. Well, speaking of operating incorrectly, how's about we get back to the topic that I was going to go into last time?
Yeah, sorry.
My fucking amazing grandparents.
Oh, the Chad parents?
The Chad parents. The grandest parents.
Yeah.
So, where I left off last time, my grandfather is blind in one eye and deaf in one ear, and my grandmother has one hand.
Yeah.
Coolest people I know. And I would like to think that I know a decent amount of people. Alright. So, just to lighten it up on the caliber of how cool they are, literally everything on the property, this includes the house, the barn, the chicken coop, the garden, the backyard, my grandfather built by himself.
Ah.
Just him.
He built the yard.
He built everything in the yard.
Land that you stand on.
Well, I mean, basically.
Oh, can I tell a side story? You're gonna get back to them, I swear. But
Yeah, alright.
My great-grandparents
Mm-hmm.
tell a story about how they own this piece of land. They came from Italy a long time ago. Their grandparents came from Italy.
Mm-hmm.
And then they own this little piece of land, and the father,
Mhm.
by hand, dug this huge lake, and bucket by bucket filled it with water.
Wow.
And then there's videos. There's like really old video, like probably in the 80s of the kids swimming in the water.
Mm-hmm.
He built it for like the kids would like mess around in it.
Yeah.
And there's videos of them swimming in this
custom built lake back in the when was this even made?
Maybe 40s.
40s.
I'm guessing.
I was gonna guess 30s. But
Maybe
I guess close
30s, yeah,
enough.
maybe 30s probably.
Wow. Just wow. That is impressive.
Yes. On the other hand, he didn't. I guess, well, you'd have to just do that all day, or do you think he did like, I'll do a bucket a day, and I'll get there eventually?
That'd be the lazy way of doing it, but like
The
back
bucket a
then,
day
in like the
counted.
30s, like you wouldn't think that there'd be much to do, yeah. So might as well
A
work.
job.
Well, I mean, yeah, a job, but like, oh yeah, back then the ideal of
People had jobs.
yeah, I know this because I watched Adam Ruins Everything.
Oh, look at you, being all smart.
Yeah, but
I watched the Joe Rogan podcast.
No, but if I remember correctly, it's been a long time. From that show, I was fed the information of there was usually only one weekend when like doing jobs, and that weekend was always for religious practices. So it wasn't really a weekend; it was just work, but in a different way.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
yeah.
I know that.
There was like no
Continue
breaks.
about your parents, because I
Alright.
also had this idea talking about 50s propaganda. I'm not sure if you care.
Propaganda.
You talk about your parents first. I'm interested.
All right, I'll talk about my grandparents. All right, so let's see. My grandfather pretty much built everything on the property, and it's a large ass property.
Mm.
He didn't go around the entire property because it's a marshland.
Did
There's
he have
not
like
really
a pal that he did it with, or by himself?
by himself.
Mm.
By himself.
Mm.
Although then again, he did have like the tools to do it. He definitely had the tools. He's got like tractors and shit.
No, he built it with his own bare hands.
Bare hands. But he probably did it with his, because he used to have like a Santa beard. Probably did it with a Santa beard with a big old cigar in his mouth.
No, he'd be like how he'd always like the end of his beard would always be like lit, and he'd always like light a cigarette with the end of his beard.
That would be funny. All right, let's see. What's another cool story from my grandparents? So that's basically the story. I don't want to go into like meticulous details.
Yeah.
I know he did it entirely by himself, and he's deaf in one ear and blind in the other. Like
Half of his face doesn't work.
half of his face does not work. No, it's not like that. But my God,
Isn't that a thing?
my grandfather. I remember he told me a story of when he was young. He taught himself to play the guitar, but he didn't do it like by finding out how to like read like notes or anything. He listened to songs and then deciphered what notes or what strings
Where what?
and what frets made what sound.
And then he.
And now we can play guitar by ear. He can replicate songs.
That's pretty great. Did he ever write it down? Like he's like, okay, I'm gonna call this blah, and I wrote it down.
I don't think so, but
I remember when I was.
I remember, and my grandfather's brother did it as well, but he went a little further. He actually learned how to read. So my grandfather's brother, I forget his name. I think his name. I forget his name, but
Yeah.
I know he exists. I've seen him before.
I know he exists.
I know he exists. So at least I know that. He is much better at playing the guitar. Not only is he better at picking up stuff because, he has 2 working ears.
Ouch. I guess he can pick up stereo and stuff.
I guess.
Oh, that'd be suck when you listen to the Beatles.
What?
So the Beatles heavily stereo their audio.
Uh-huh.
So one goes in the left ear, one goes in the right ear.
Oh.
Have you ever listened to
It
Beatles?
would just go like from one ear, just all music, and then suddenly.
No, have you ever heard Beatles with one headphone on?
I have not, but I've heard
was
it's
this
atrocious.
There was a Gus Johnson skit with it where you did that, where you made fun of it, and it basically just plays like half the song because I think they put the chorus in one ear and then the main instrumentals in the other.
Mm-hmm. Well done. That's
So
interesting.
I guess he has to listen. Does he listen to everything in mono? If he has headphones on.
I don't think he has headphones. I've never once seen him use headphones.
Yeah.
He doesn't really use technology too much, other than like solitaire on his computer. Yeah.
Well, I play solitaire on computer when you get solitaire.
Oh, he plays solitaire
With
and
squirrel.
and those that domino game where you have to match up 2 dominoes and then you
I
bring.
thought you were gonna say domino game like Tetris.
No, not Tetris. But those are the games that he plays. Onto my grandmother, however.
Oh right, you said your grandma
Yeah,
plays video
my
games.
grandma is a gamer. She has one hand, and she is a gamer. She's so much. She 100%. She 100%ed Breath of the Wild, Koroks, temples. She got everything. And this isn't new. She's done it in Final Fantasy. She's done it in what other games has she played? She's played other Legend of Zeldas. She's playing a game that I would think would be hard for her now.
Did she get into the games once they came out? Like just gaming in general?
I don't even know.
Or only modern games?
I don't know. I know she would play Final Fantasies and then replay them.
Also, do you think
100% them every time?
Do you think she got into games for because she knew our grandkids played them?
No, I remember watching her play when I was a young lad, very young.
Imagine being into games, very invested in the games.
Mm-hmm.
At that age, since Ataris came out. She was an adult
when the Atari came.
When the Atari came out.
Yeah.
And she got invested in. I know people. I know people now. There's a lot of people nowadays who were alive for the Atari and now are into games modern.
Yeah.
I'm talking about if you're an adult back then.
Yeah.
You saw the Atari, you loved it, and you played it, and you.
Oh, this shit is the bomb! Hell yeah!
And then you watch the game progress over time as an adult.
Just constantly,
because
this shit is the bomb.
The issue when you're a kid is whenever you, and we are children.
Yes, we are children.
We should know.
We have
expertise in this.
Professional children.
Professional children.
Yep.
Whenever you whenever you remember something from the past, usually it's you look at it in rose-colored glasses.
Yep.
But she was an adult if she played the Atari games. Let's imagine she did.
Yep.
Meaning that she didn't look at anything with rose-colored glasses.
She just loved it all the way.
Yeah. Or she could see it, the progression.
Yeah.
Natural progression of it.
And it's not that my grandmother abused a pause button or anything. She's just good at those games.
Oh yeah.
She's very good. She's very good at Final Fantasy. She's very good at
with one hand.
Yeah, one hand.
How she play with the if it's a joystick? How do you?
She has a nub. It's about hand size. She does. It's it cuts off her hand.
Oh, so she uses the nub. Okay. Yeah.
If you feel your hand, the bone part next to your wrist, it cuts out at about around there.
Okay. Your grandma plays GTA.
I'm mad. No, there's no way she would. I remember she texted me about. Let me see that she's playing a new kind of game.
What'd you get in RuneScape?
I don't know. She doesn't play RuneScape. That's a computer game.
Yeah, I know.
She did play Bejeweled for a little while.
Bejeweled.
It's like Candy Crush, but before. Let me check my messages.
It's so funny to think that your grandma owns a Switch.
She does.
And I'm assuming she watched Nintendo Directs or something?
I think she also owns a PS4. Yep. Oh, God of War. I forgot. She's also playing the new God of War.
Oh.
Yeah.
I just started getting into that. Actually, I was into it and I stopped.
Yeah. But, I have proof. She sent this to me.
Oh, look at that.
This should be the thumbnail for the video.
The thumbnail?
The thumbnail.
Grandma. What would be a good title?
Oh,
why do I say
Grandmother Gamer.
Grandma Gamer?
Gamer Granny.
Gamer Granny. There we go. Hope I remember that.
Yeah, she is. And, holy crap, is she good at those games. I've seen her play. She's very good at executing everything for having one hand.
Yeah,
she's learned to live her life with one hand. Tie her shoes. I remember, what was another thing? She could do double hula hoops too.
My God, your granny's a Chad.
My grandparents are Chads. They are amazing.
My lord.
And my grandmother, furthermore, just to show how cool she is very, very good at gardening. Incredibly good. Well, I wouldn't say the greatest, but she's still very good. She's growing. She has this one patch of land. She's growing trees, pumpkins, squashes, whenever she can. I remember she had this huge pumpkin. It wasn't like any record-breaking thing, like not a guy swims in a river with record-breaking pumpkin that he grew himself. Not that
Guy swims
size.
in the river?
But it was like, well, you haven't seen that?
No.
He uses his pumpkin as a boat. Like, it's impressive. But how could I describe it? How could I... Because I didn't know the actual size, but it was about as large as my torso.
Oh.
Maybe a little bit into the legs. Like,
Oh, yeah.
She grows large pumpkins.
Pumpkin.
My
grandma's on the level of when you know Risk, the game Risk.
Risk? Yeah.
Okay. Board game where you fight armies
Yep,
and you
yep,
kill people.
yep, yep.
Yeah, I had to explain for them.
Mm.
My grandma's on the level where if you play Risk and she's in the present, she doesn't want to say that you killed the army. She wants to say that you incapacitated her or something.
I see. So
Put it in prison.
I see. No violence.
That's my grandma.
I respect that.
No. You shouldn't.
You shouldn't. Oh, God. No.
Also,
I
my
guess
grandma's
I
on the level of, everything must be clean. Sometimes I order a burger. I like mine a little bit red in the middle.
Yeah.
Always sends it back if there's, a hint of red.
My God.
And even if it gets burnt on the sides, I'm like, Grandma, I don't like the burnt. Grandma, no.
My grandma is a lot less strict like that. I don't think I've ever gotten fast food in the presence of my grandma, because she'd always have, good food. I remember.
Yeah.
Whether it's, roast beef that she has the good milk, the red-capped milk. My family
You mean the
does
whole
not...
milk?
Yeah, the whole milk. My family does not get that.
Oh, yeah,
My
because usually
stepdad doesn't like it.
it's not that good for you.
Yeah, I mean,
Either. It's very fatty.
Yeah, I don't think any form of milk is really good for you.
No, but okay. You know
But-
how it says 1% fat? 1% to 2% fat?
Uh-huh.
That means it has 2% of the normal fat.
Oh, I see.
Whole
Added
milk
on.
has 100% of the normal fat. So when you drink it,
What is-
it tastes like you're drinking pig flesh.
Pig
Which is
flesh.
good.
Which is good.
But,
Actually,
no.
speaking of pig flesh, I actually recently tried, fried... What was it? Pork rind? Is that what pig flesh is?
Pig flesh is just...
It's
well,
the skin. I remember there were, two... I don't know how they got there, but there were, two, you ever have, cheese puffs? With, the jar of that?
The cheese poofs, yeah.
Yeah,
I
the
had them
cheese
once.
puffs. The jar of that. It's about that size jar, but it's filled to the brim with, fried pork skin.
Oh.
Yeah. I
Like
tried
jerky?
one. What was that? Not jerky. It's chips.
What?
They're yeah, it's
How did they
fried.
stay preserved? They
Man,
have to be jerky. They have to
it'd
be jerky.
They probably have to be jerky, but it's not
Otherwise
the
they would
actual... It's very thin.
Were
the
they
actual
very
skin.
salty?
Very, incredibly. It was fried into the fried stuff. It was, very
no,
fried.
was it salty?
So, it wasn't, tough.
It has to be.
You could bite through it like a
Uh-huh.
chip. It
That's
was like a
weird.
chip, like a thick chip. I don't know. It's
And
very weird.
But it has to be jerky, otherwise it would get bad.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm puzzled.
I'm puzzled as well. I don't know how the hell it
The
works.
mystery of the...
Maybe they were false advertising. There might be tiny text that I didn't read, but man, that was weird.
Not actually pig jerky.
Not actually pig jerky. Yeah.
Well, if it's skin, it's actually skin, or is it just jerky pieces of the beef?
I said it was skin, but I could never tell.
Okay.
I only had one. Didn't like them. Very smoky. Anywho, continuing back to my grandparents.
Yes.
There's usually the stereotype of grandmothers being the best bakers, cookers, and all that stuff.
We talked about it last time when I said I played Cookie Clicker.
Oh yeah, we did.
I rewatched the
Yeah.
when editing.
Yeah, I forgot. I don't know if I'd be bringing this up because I haven't actually watched it yet. Like I said,
That's good. Yeah, I brought
I
it up. I don't remember you bringing it up.
Okay. That my grandmother actually isn't that good at cooking.
Actually, no. You did say that your grandma can bake anything except cookies.
Yes.
Okay.
She's good at making anything. I should probably be a little more specific.
Pastries?
She's good at baking anything except sweets.
Ah.
She's good at pie, but where she really shines are stews, meats. That is where she can turn a simple slab of meat into a fine dinner fit for that of royalty.
When it comes to beefs, I actually prefer fatty things to filet and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I go crazy for prime rib.
Prime rib.
Have you ever had prime rib before?
I don't think I have.
It's like biting into Jesus.
I don't know if I want to bite into Jesus.
Fair point. Let me rephrase that.
Okay.
It's like biting into Jesus' arm.
Oh, I see.
So that's better.
I should probably try. I could probably ask my mom. She might prepare.
Oh,
some.
prime rib. I don't think you can prepare prime.
Can you not prepare it?
It's really like restaurants that sell it only sell it like one day of the week.
Oh,
it's
is
not
it like hard?
It's not the cheapest. No,
Not cheap.
I wouldn't. Here, one day eventually,
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna have prime rib, and I'm gonna be there.
All right, and we're gonna see how I like it. Hopefully, I like it if it's expensive.
There was this one place, and it was near my sister's school, and it had this prime rib on the one day we were there.
Yeah.
It was the juiciest thing I've ever had.
I've had ribs before, but I don't think I've had prime rib.
Prime rib isn't a rib. It's
not
a
a rib?
big chunk of steak, and it's very fatty, but this fat is actually good. That's not a spider. That's just a guy.
Okay.
He's a winged guy.
As long as he's chilling. Thank you. I'm not afraid of other bugs, just spiders.
Just spiders?
Spiders and bees.
Right.
Yep.
So
Sorry.
Oh,
Continue.
also, if your friend gets to the one episode where we talk about your fear of spiders, he's gonna rip into you.
No, he knows.
He already knows?
He was there during that when I had to get Dylan down. He was already roasting me.
Oh, okay.
He was already doing that.
That's good. What was I saying before? Oh, prime rib.
Prime rib.
Okay, so here, usually when you have steak, you want to eat around the fat, kind of.
Yeah.
The fat doesn't taste that good.
Mm.
Because prime rib is, whenever you eat it, you taste pure divinity. The fat is still, a percentage of divinity, which is, worth it.
So is it like chewy? I don't know if I'm
It's
happy with chewy.
Chewy? Like you have to chew it a lot? No.
Yeah. Is it like
It's slick, and
slick,
it's juicy.
juicy?
Last time I had it too raw and it didn't taste as good, but when you get it, like, well cooked.
You are gonna have to get me that.
It's
Or
so
maybe I'll get it myself
But
and I'll invite you.
anyway, there was a deal where you would get this when you had the prime rib at that one place.
Mm-hmm.
You would get the prime rib, and afterwards they gave you a dessert, which was a hot cookie. It was a huge cookie, like the size of a plate.
Oh wow.
That was warmed up very hot, and they put 3 scoops of ice cream on top.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
And it's the perfect amount of anxiety and deliciousness. Because you see the hot cookie and the cold ice cream, and you're like, oh, the ice cream's melting slowly onto the cookie. I have to eat this fast. So you start shoveling it down your throat,
Burning and freezing.
yes,
Icy hot your throat.
It tastes so good, and you're just like, I must keep continuing. I must enjoy
That
taste.
sounds like something that I would. Yeah.
It was panic, and it was
delight.
wonderful.
Panic and delight. Beautiful. Now
Sorry,
if
I just sucked up a whole lot of time, and I'm sorry I keep
No,
interrupting.
don't worry about it, man.
I don't know how much you had to keep talking about.
I have a little bit more.
Keep going.
My grandfather is pretty good at fishing.
Oh.
Like, he frequents a bass pond near where he lives. I remember it was like a hatchery. I remember for my birthday, we actually got a tour of the place, and my grandfather was so giddy. He was so excited. I've never seen him that excited. Because he's been going to that place for years, and never once has he actually seen the, like, back area of the hatchery. Like, we got to see, like, where all the fish... There's so much fish.
Oh wait, does
We
the
got to
place
see
like
how they were-
breed the fish
Yeah.
there, and then they send it? Well,
Yeah,
that's
and then they
cool.
put it into the water, yeah. We saw everything, like, the stuff where it incubates in. We saw how they clean their feet and stuff, make sure they're sterile so it doesn't, like, do anything to the fish.
Yeah.
It's quite the meticulous process, if I do say so myself.
Be a fish guy when you
No,
your career?
probably not. I don't know. But it was so cool. The guy who did it was so nice, too. It was pretty cool. Oh, my God. Man, my grandfather, I've never seen, like I said in the last episode, my grandfather's nickname is Grumpy. I call him Grumpy all the time.
Yeah.
I'm now gonna just keep calling him Grumpy, because that's just natural to me.
Yep.
So Grumpy, he is always, like, generally mad, grumpy. He's never too content.
Yeah.
There he was giddy like a little kid. It was like a wildly different person. Like, he was asking questions, like, man. Honestly, I'd have to say that's probably one of the best birthday gifts I could have ever gotten. Seeing my grandfather so happy.
Wow.
Because I've never seen him so happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, he's great. I love them both so much.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else? Oh,
Yeah.
my grandmother, back to her, she is pretty good with pets. Like, very good with pets, surprisingly. I remember she kept, like, 6 cats and 3 dogs at once.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was pretty interesting. Although she does let them be wild cats, which personally, if I ever get a cat, I don't think I'm a fan of.
No,
Because wild
my
cats,
my
like,
son Newton, he would die.
yeah,
in a
he would
second.
die, but not only that, wild cats killed the population of a lot of populations of birds, like the messenger pigeon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's pretty sad.
It surprises me that cats can catch birds. I
Yeah.
don't know why it surprises me, but like thinking that like
I mean, it doesn't
that
really
little
surprise
guy-
me.
that little
Hey.
guy moves over everything. I could take a little step and it would fly away.
Yeah, but like, here's the thing: cats are quiet. If you put a
Yeah.
bell around them, you make them even more quiet.
Like more quiet if there's a bell.
Because the thing is that they adapt to the bell and they move around it. And if you take the
Oh.
bell off, they just become better hunters.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
So the bell hurts or helps?
Helps a lot.
Oh my God, we can make cat super soldiers by making super sensitive bells and sending them out.
That would be funny.
I'm
But
not stealth.
back to the topic at
Yeah.
hand. Cats annihilate ecosystems if you just bring a cat over there. If they
I
already
like
weren't.
kitties.
Yeah, cats are fun, but like you'd be surprised how agile and strong they are.
Yeah.
While they have like, they're pretty weak normally when people talk about them, but they're fast and their claws to us are pretty harmless.
Is this a tier zoo?
But they're pretty. Not Tier Zoo, no. I haven't watched Tier Zoo. I just know about this because I used to be into
You
animals.
can't die from a cat scratches if they scratch enough.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay, cool.
I actually
They-
had something called cat scratch fever from
Ooh.
it, or or was it?
I think,
It was something. I'm pretty
They
sure it was
scratch
cat
you a whole
scratch.
bunch. All the infant.
Well, I was only scratched once.
Oh wow,
At the
really?
top of my head, and I got it. I don't remember it. That's
Maybe
the thing.
it's like the bacteria.
I remember
from the,
getting scratched, but not the actual thing.
and I think it might be bacteria from the claws. That
Yeah.
that would make
Yep.
more sense. But then you get scratched a whole bunch, and you get like you pass out, and you're like, oh no.
Yeah, and that's the end for you. But they're
Doesn't
also
matter.
really, really fucking quick. So like,
Yeah.
if they wanted to ambush something, they most definitely could.
Newton, my cat is named Newton for so you can Either way, my boy Newton, he's my son. I love him, but he's so big. When he runs, you can hear him. Have you seen him prance before?
I've never.
He does up and down. He does like a gallop.
What is it like? Bum ba da 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 dum.
But you can hear the ground shake kind of when he goes.
It's like me.
Yeah.
Mate, I hate, cause like I make fun of my weight a lot, but
You do.
I'm not that heavy. But when I walk in my house, everybody can hear it.
Well,
I
no, that's
can-
just because like you stomp with a lot of weight.
I guess so. It's
When
just
I go
because
up
I'm
the
used to it.
when I go up the stairs, I do that same thing.
Yeah, but I also when going down the stairs, and
Oh.
also when I'm walking around.
And also when I'm just existing.
Like, people know when I'm moving, no matter how quiet I'm trying to be.
That should be that'd be like a character. That'd be character description.
Character description.
People know when I'm moving.
No matter how quiet I am, people always know that I'm moving.
And that's when I was large enough to resist.
And that's when I was large enough to resist. But, back to my grandmother. I think, if I remember correctly, she has a brother who's even better at keeping pets. I remember, I've only been to his house a couple times, like, during Halloween and stuff, because we usually do Halloween around his neighborhood. Because there are a few, like, money houses in his neighborhood. Like,
Yeah.
there are, like, 3 or 4 different houses that give full-size candy bars.
Oh,
And I'm not even kidding.
whoa.
Like, that's the jackpot of neighborhoods that I've ever been to. Like, ever. And this guy would keep, like, multiple tanks of fish. He had, like, a few lizards. He had, like... Okay, I know this is gonna sound insane, but he had 11 cats.
Oh.
Yeah. He kept a lot of fucking pets. A lot of them. An insane amount. I remember I'd go over there and I'd watch the fish. It would be like an aquarium.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I miss going back to that place. I'm pretty sure
Florence.
all the tanks are cleared out now, because, you know, fish, short lives.
Yeah, they do that.
Yeah, they do that. Yeah. Damn shame. But, you know how it is. And I don't
Mhm.
think he has too many cats anymore, which is also pretty sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
He never had a dog, though, and I can fully understand why he doesn't have dogs. That's why he never had any dogs, because those fish tanks, they would just go, woof, crash.
Yeah.
And then there'd be a domino effect of just multiple crashes. and stuff like that. Like what my grandfather lacked, or what my grandmother lacked in fish, her brother gained, and she had no fish. So I hope that's pretty understandable. Let's see. Is there any other cool things about my grandparents?
I want to hear if there's anything else. I want it to be like really like Chad levels.
Really Chad levels.
Because we've been talking about this for 20 minutes. We've also gone off topic, but
a little bit. Do we have any other topics to really go into?
We can whatever we want. We're on 40 minutes and we got 20 more minutes.
All right. Yeah, you're right.
I don't want to talk about this forever though.
Of course, I know. Is there anything else? I feel like I am forgetting something.
Always an excuse to talk about something next time too. If you forget something.
If I forget, but I feel like this topic would really fit. Oh, remembered. My grandfather is very good at shooting.
Oh.
Yeah. I remember he trained my uncle, and my uncle ended up being able to skeet shoot easily. Like, he could do it on like, command.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, hey, yo, could you shoot this? And he's like, yeah, sure. And he would nail it every time. I could only imagine what my grandfather could do, because he's never talked to me about him shooting, but I know he's good.
Yeah.
I've heard stories from my uncle. I don't remember these stories. I've heard, I've forgotten these stories, but it really did reinforce that my grandfather was pretty good at shooting, even though he was deaf in one ear, blind in one eye.
Yeah.
Ugh, my grandparents. It's such a shame that I will never be as Chad as they are.
Yeah, I've been trying to limit how many times I use Chad.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, people actually might not know our context for the word Chad.
I feel like we have talked about it, though, haven't we?
I don't think so.
Huh. Okay. Basically, Chad is a person that we would describe as accomplishing great feats, while also being decently...
Pretty awesome.
Pretty awesome.
There's also an alternate word for Chad.
Lad.
It's like... No, there's an alternate type of Chad.
Type of Chad.
It's
I
like...
call those lads, but...
No, because lads I call lads cool people, but they're not Chads.
Cool people, but they're not Chads.
Oh, and they're not mad lads.
Mm-hmm.
We got lads, mad lads, and Chads.
Okay. Is mad lad the opposite of Chad? Or alternate of Chad?
Mad lad?
Yeah. Is that
Mad lad's a step before Chad.
Step before Chad. Okay, tell me the alternate of Chad then.
But the alternate of Chad is like, like a beach bully. He's like, he's big into... Or Krunk, Krunk's a Chad.
Kronk is a himbo.
And a Chad.
And a Chad.
But he's a Chad in a different sense of the word. The Chad of your grandparents.
Mm, he's a
like,
Chad because
they're awesome. But
yeah.
The Chad of Kronk is like he's buff.
He's buff. He's cool. He's a himbo Chad.
He's a himbo Chad.
Yep.
Also, there's this thing called a Chad dad.
Chad dad.
And that's a dad that's
Dad
but it's not a dad that's a Chad. It can be, but it can also mean a dad that's a mad lad. But you never say mad lad dad.
Yep.
You always say
mad
Chad
lad
dad.
is too many rhyming
You
words.
say Chad dad.
Chad dad.
Even if you're considering a mad lad.
Yep. Just Chad dad.
You never usually run into a lad dad, but I guess it's possible to say lad dad.
Mm-hmm.
Or lad dad.
Hopefully you never run into a lad dad. All of them should be Chads.
All of them sure you'd be Chads or normal.
Chads are normal. That's the only two.
Can we talk about best dads in media?
Best dads in... Oh, yeah.
I don't know how many dads you've seen in media.
I have seen a few. And hands down, one of the best cartoon dads, other than Goofy...
Yeah?
Doofenshmirtz.
Doofenshmirtz?
Doofenshmirtz.
I forgot about him. Yeah, he's a good dad.
He's an amazing dad.
Okay. Also, there's Mandalorian. He's a good dad.
He's a good dad. I never watched The Mandalorian, but...
he has a child.
Well, yes, Baby Yoda. I've heard of Baby Yoda.
He's a pretty cool dad.
Pretty cool, I guess.
When my sister and I watched the show, we gave him the Dad of the Year award, and we'd say it out loud while our family was watching it 3 times every episode.
Ah, I see. Well, I mean, I don't think it would be a good thing to murder somebody while your kid is watching. Has The Mandalorian done that?
Yeah, but
I'm assuming that he has.
Yeah, but he tries to not have the kid, see it.
Yeah, alright.
And also he protects him.
Yeah, okay, I understand that.
He's a pretty cool dad.
Pretty cool.
And there's another man in the yellow hat from Curious George.
Pretty cool dad, but honestly, I feel like he's too oblivious to a lot of the stuff that Curious George
He kind
does.
of lets him get away with a lot of stuff,
Yeah, I don't think...
On the other hand, he can understand a monkey.
Okay, now that's...
I'd call that a Chad dad, but I'm not sure, or at least...
I feel like a Chad dad,
I think he's a Chad dad, but I don't think he's a good dad.
Yeah,
but he's a Chad dad because of his effort.
He's good in the terms of, he's able to do stuff, but he's not a good dad. He's very oblivious to what his son,
Yeah.
quote unquote son.
Goofy. This is
Goofy?
dad reviews now.
Dad reviews, all right.
Okay, Goofy. He's a cool dad. He wants to like. He may be a Chad dad. I don't know, but he's on the lower. When I say Chad dad,
I would
more
say
like
Goofy's a good dad. Didn't he balance out college and jobs?
Oh no,
was
he
always there.
dedicated himself for the kid. That's
That
a Chad.
that is
that's
a
a Chad dad
dad.
move. But as a dad, when raising him, didn't he kind of like want his son to grow up to be like him?
I don't remember.
That was a
It's
big
been a
plot
long
point.
time since I've watched.
I
the
think that was
Goofy
a big
movies.
plot point of the movie. That he wanted his son to grow up to be like him,
Hmm.
which is not the best in a dad.
Yeah, but he definitely got rid of that by the
And
end of the movie.
also he cares for Max a lot
Yep, definitely.
because when he went to Vietnam before Goofy shot him, or
Oh,
before
yeah.
Mickey shot him, he asked Mickey to tell Maxie that he loves him.
Yeah. Man, what a good dad.
What a good dad.
Such a shame.
And then what else we got? We're talking about Mandalorian. He's a pretty good dad.
Pretty good
I
dad.
don't. Doofenshmirtz was a good dad.
Doofenshmirtz, I would say, is a pretty good dad.
Nice dad.
Definitely nice.
Nice dad.
He
Good
def-
dad.
He's pretty oblivious to whatever his
Yeah.
daughter is thinking, but
Chad
compared
dad,
to a
though.
lot of the fathers in media, like if you look at Homer Simpson, Peter Griffin, like
Yeah, but those are
those are-
examples of bad dads.
yeah, those are bad dads. But like in a lot of cartoons and stuff, there's usually rarely ever a good dad. Like,
Well, I mean, Doofenshmirtz,
Doofenshmirtz,
man,
yes.
Man the Yellow Hat.
I know, but still, the fact that we can name them, and the fact that we can only think of 4. You know
fair
how many
point.
cartoons there are with fathers in them?
We're also primarily thinking of single dads.
I guess. Well,
We're not really thinking of
Doofenshmirtz
married
isn't a
dads.
single dad.
Well, I guess so. I wasn't thinking of
He's
all
just diverse.
all the ones I thought of were single dads.
Single dads. Well, again, I don't know if Mandalorian is technically a father figure. I
I'd
think he's
call
more
him
of
a
a
single-
guardian, but I guess that makes sense.
Well, I'd call him a single dad, but yeah. I don't know. Is there any other good dads that aren't single dads?
Any other good dads that are not single dads?
I think the
I
most
would
notable ones are
say-
usually single dads.
Yeah, most notable, because those are usually drawn out in a good light.
Yeah, I guess.
I was gonna say Hank Hill, but honestly,
you know what's the issue? I think
What?
is that whenever parenting is described in media and cartoons and stuff,
yeah.
and if it's not only a dad, the parenting role goes to the mother all the time
Yeah,
in media and stuff, and the dad never gets like the parenting role
yeah.
unless they're the only option for the parenting role,
It's a shame,
which
really.
kind of sucks. Yeah.
I would love to see a dad take hand in that. I'm always a
Yeah.
sucker for those kind of things. I remember there on Netflix they released like something about like the ways of the house husband or something. He
Yeah.
technically isn't a dad. It was like an anime based off of a comic, like Psyche, but
Okay.
and it was a lot more to the comedic side. He's technically not a dad, but I still find that stuff a lot more enjoyable. Just to watch the man take care of like household stuff. I don't know.
Yeah. It's weird. It's weird. Love my single dads and
Yeah.
medias and stuff. I love it.
Mm.
Because I just be like, oh cool, it's a dad.
Oh, cool! It's a dad doing cool dad things.
Oh yeah.
I would never experience that because I do not have a very active dad. Oh,
Illegal fireworks.
I don't know. I don't know the fireworks law around here.
What?
Would they be illegal? Would they
Yeah,
only illegal in a
definitely.
couple? Oh, okay.
New Jersey. It's not like a city
Oh.
law. It's a state law. Actually, they're most legal everywhere. But sometimes people don't
I
care.
thought there were some.
If you
states
go out
that-
west, there's legal laws
Yeah.
that say don't do it, but nobody enforces it.
Yeah,
Here they do though.
yeah. Hopefully that didn't hurt the recording all too much.
Nah, that's fine.
I'm hoping.
I'm
that
not even
it's
sure if
all-
we could pick it up.
Well, maybe.
Do we have, again, do we have any dads that are... I don't think we have any examples of dads that are...
I would say probably the best non-single dad. I'd go back to Hank Hill for my current knowledge, because Hank Hill was at least
Unless we
was
pick out
pretty
gay
active.
dads. Gay dads.
Gay dads?
There's some
I
good
don't
dads.
really know any.
There's some
honestly.
cartoon gay dads. There's some in She-Ra.
She-Ra. I've never watched She-Ra.
My sister and I watched it,
Mm-hmm.
and she said, Harrison, we gotta watch this. It's the gayest show I've ever seen. And I'm like, okay, Master, you really gotta stop classifying things as like, this is gay or not.
Mm-hmm.
And because it's kind of weird sometimes.
Yeah.
And then she clicked on it. It did its opening little thing with Netflix.
Yep.
And it had a rainbow of all
Oh
the
my
different,
God.
all different Netflix letters,
Okay.
and it did a sparkle. I was like, okay, this is a gay show.
Yeah, okay.
I concede.
You win this
is bad.
round.
But
Mm.
there's two gay dads there,
Two gay dads, yeah.
and they're pretty good dads.
Pretty good dads.
Like, they're the daddest of dads.
The
Like, I
daddest.
call them, those are good dad representations. They got dad jokes,
Mm-hmm.
and also they hold a primary point in the character's life.
Mm-hmm.
One character's life.
Hmm. Cool.
But again, that's another example. Only when there's no other parenting option.
Yeah, I
for-
guess so.
I guess. Even in that case, the one parent would always get more than the other. I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Eh,
Yeah.
don't know.
I don't know. Okay.
Who else would be? Speaking of dads.
Ooh.
I remember I was at a friend's house. I'll just say I was at Ben's house a while ago because he lives just down the way that way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's very close to us.
Oh.
He's like he's down the road. Well, not down the road, but like down like a couple roads over, and then go that way.
Yep.
And we watched Invincible.
Oh, I haven't seen that show.
Yeah.
Don't spoil it.
Oh, okay, then I will not spoil it.
I'm sorry, I've not started that show.
Uh-huh. Okay, then I am not gonna say a damn thing.
Okay, good.
Because the dad means everything to that show.
Oh.
He's amazing.
I didn't even know there was a dad.
Have you read the description of the show?
Nope. I just heard that it was very good, and I've yet to get to it.
You really got to get to it. It's pretty good. It's gory, but it's pretty good.
Yeah.
I remember I've said that before, and you had a less exciting
Yeah.
face. It's alright. It's fine. Gory, but it's good. That's usually how that kind of stuff goes.
Gory but good.
Gory, but good.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I won't go into that. What else?
Hey, we're gonna talk about what the hell does that mean?
Oh,
The
yeah.
hell does that mean?
What the hell does that mean?
What the hell does that mean?
Phobia edition. But we know what they mean.
We
It's
know what they
just-
mean. Okay, so what the hell does that? What the hell does that? It should be the name.
What the hell does that? Just what the hell does that?
Oh,
Not the
maybe
name.
that may be better. Or
Alright.
why the hell does that?
Why the hell does that?
That's
Alright,
good.
then we'll...
Why the
let's take it.
hell does that?
And why the hell is that?
That.
Okay, so we were... This was not planned at all when for the podcast, but before we started, we were out of curiosity. My brother came around, and did he ask the question?
No, I did.
Oh, you did.
I brought it up. I
Yeah.
brought up the this idea.
Fear of fear.
The phobia of phobias.
And
So basically, like,
yeah.
let's say you get shocked by a spider,
yeah,
and you're like, ah,
afraid of being afraid.
ah,
Yeah.
screaming intensifies.
Just constant screaming. But so we decided to look up that name, and it's just phobia. It's phobia. Look that up. It's actually phobia. And then that got me remembering some stuff. 2 other phobias that are just a total just slap in the face for the people that
Yeah.
actually have those phobias.
I don't think anybody has those phobias. I feel like they're very rare.
I feel like they're very rare, but they can still exist.
Maybe.
Mate, if there are conditions that can make someone ignore half of an entire plate of food and just not notice it,
Really?
then yeah, there are phobias like that where
Whoa.
one side of your brain just can't like develop any. I forget.
Really?
Yeah,
Like, you mean one side of your vision?
yeah, it can't. It doesn't take anything on a certain side into account. It doesn't process that.
Weird.
Yeah, it's very weird. Like some accounts of that
Maybe,
was
yeah.
a person that had that condition ate exactly half of the food on a plate and did not even touch the other side. She didn't even recognize that there was another side. And that's just so interesting to me. But anywho, back.
Well, no, I
back
feel like that. Like, let's say you have a steak, right?
Mhm.
And it goes between the middle of your perception, where one half of it is there.
Mhm.
You would basically what would happen is you'd just see the smaller steak, right? So you'd cut that into pieces. But the issue is the ones on the corner you wouldn't cut down the middle because you don't think they're connected to anything because you don't recognize the other steak. So why would they cut it down the middle if they don't
They
recognize?
wouldn't cut it down the middle.
So basically, they would try to
They
pick
would-
up this small piece of steak and just realize it's connected to this bigger piece of steak.
Maybe. I don't know if they had steak. I don't know what food they had. But
I just think that's an
remember it was
example. It's
ignored.
all connected together.
I don't know. I don't know how that worked. I just knew about those kind of details.
That's interesting. Okay,
Yeah,
continue.
very interesting. Back to the topic at hand. The fear of palindromes just seems like the most...
Palindrome, yep.
Palindrome, sorry. Just seems like the most... Would sadistic be the right way to say it?
Sadistic? No,
Yeah.
that'd be like evil.
Yeah, that'd be evil. Not sadistic, but moreover just mean way to name something that means that. So, if you don't know what a palindrome is, have you ever seen,
Race
car
cars.
is one of the great examples. If you, it sounds the same way forwards and backwards, no matter how
yeah.
you write it. As long as you write down race car, you can read it backwards perfectly. Same thing with Taco Cat, the word Bob, like, or the name Bob, all that stuff kind of works. Now, the phobia of palindromes is abophobia. Abophobia backwards is abophobia.
Yeah.
And by God, do I love and I hate it. Abophobia just seems like such a mean way to name something. I guess it's nice that so you don't forget it, but like
Fear of forgetting something. You wouldn't know that you would forget it, right?
I don't think
You
that would
lose
be a
the
funny
game.
one. No, oh no.
You lost the game.
I lost the game. But no, it just seems like so mean just to name something a palindrome. That's not.
What was the other
I
one?
wouldn't say the other one. Okay, the fear of long words. I have to look this up again so I can actually, I'll just jog my memory a little bit here.
Yeah.
The fear of long words. Pretty basic. Let me just fear of long words. The fear of long words, apologize if I butcher any of this, is hippopotamon phobia. This is the definition of a $10 word. If you've ever learned any about that in like kindergarten, or not kindergarten,
Yeah.
but like maybe like first, second grade, $10, $20
It's a very
words.
long word.
Very long word.
Actually, I'm curious. Just now, can you look up a fear of short words?
Oh, that would be funny. Hold on. Fear of short words. It doesn't come up.
Phobia of short
What
words.
is a phobia of short? Logophobia. That's not really a short
That's
word.
not that bad, no.
That's like a 11-letter word.
Less
that's
than
not-
phobia.
Yeah.
Wait, what's the phobia of the letter E?
Is there a phobia of the letter E?
I don't know. You can try it.
Huh. Oh, I just found the fear of forgetting something for no reason. That's apparently called athazagoraphobia. That's a very
forgettable
word.
name.
Yeah. How would
Wait,
you remember
I
that?
have a condition. I forget what it's called. Oh, I peeked that, Mike. Look at me. I gotta.
Oh god. Thalassophobia is fear of the ocean, right?
I don't know.
Yep. That's fear of the ocean.
What's fear? It's gonna be like lunar phobia, fear of the moon.
Maybe lunophobia. I'll look that up.
I wonder if you fight the Moon Lord and you have lunophobia. Do you like freak out or?
What is not falling? Just fear of the moon. It's called selenophobia. Also fear that the moon will trigger irrational, dangerous behaviors in other people. Okay, it's odd. Huh.
What is it called? Selenophobia.
Selenophobia.
Huh. If you have selenophobia and you fight the Moon Lord, what happens?
Did you cry?
Do
Of
you
fear?
recognize he's from the moon?
Maybe. I mean, I'd probably recognize that he's from space at least. Huh.
Fascinating.
Very fascinating that people could be afraid of some things that we may call trivial.
This is a weird session, I think.
Yeah, pretty weird. We pretty much did it backwards, so.
Yeah, because we started with something interesting, and then you talked to your grandparents, and that's all I can really remember. Talked about, not interesting. Talked about, what was it specifically? I forget. Oh, you not being yourself. Talked about,
Yeah.
being yourself, and then your grandparents, and that's all I can remember from it. There's
Yeah.
probably a bunch of, the dads, right?
Oh,
Cool.
and then the dads.
See, this feels like in the end of like a kids show when they're like, "What did we do today?"
No.
We,
But I am afraid that our time is approaching its end.
or we extend to 10 minutes, but I don't know. Nah, probably not.
Nah, I don't think we
I
have
feel
much
like our
to talk about.
conversations ran its end.
Because we had to do this one twice in a twice
in a week because
so we weren't able to like cobble our thoughts together, have more ideas to actually talk about.
Paper can't record next time.
We had to do it because I'm going on vacation to visit my awesome grandparents.
But you should.
So I may come back with more stories.
You shouldn't find a difference with the
Yeah, the schedule will be the same. That's why we recorded
every
twice
Wednesday.
This week. Yep.
I don't know when on Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Shut up.
Also, for the sake of keeping his name private, because he has a pretty noticeable name, my buddy D.A., he asked me to mention him in
okay, cool.
Because he wants to become our biggest fan, basically.
Okay.
Just for the sake of being it. So
We have one viewer.
One viewer, yay! But thanks, my man, for if you ever make it here. Thanks for getting this far. I hope your Rust session is going well. Oh, my man. I'm glad you're actually watching these. If you're still watching them, I don't know. This is like an hour long. Usually
Here,
go for
I
longer.
won't click on it, so we'll see if it.
We'll
gets
see,
to
I
it.
guess.
I'll just have no views up until
We'll
a certain
see.
point.
I'm pretty sure he has an actual YouTube account, so we might comment, because it's normal for him to do that. He's definitely going to make fun of me in any video that he can get.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Oh, he is going to. Oh, my God. And now I have to make him watch the entire... or listen to the entire podcast just to hear him getting a shout-out.
Yeah.
But for the sake of anonymity, D.A., that's you, my mans. I hope you're having a good day, or a good night, depending on when you're watching this. And yeah.
Alright. Thank you all for joining us. I'm Monkey.
And I'm Paper.
Thank you. Oh, I think I mixed up the order. I think I said this very wrong.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry, just continue off of it.
Thank you for joining us for
my God.
Midnight Crisis. I hope you had a midlife crisis. I'm Monkey.
And I'm Paper.
And I hope you had a wonderful time.
Goodbye.